Hello out there. It's another day, and I hope you're growing. Well, by the grace of God, your efforts, you are going to see the fruits. You're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Well, today I want to talk about Africa, the perceived challenges, the perceived problems of Africa, of Nigeria, and then my presumed or perceived solutions to all these challenges. Who have been talking about the problems with Africa, but I wouldn't say that these things are problems in Africa. I see them as challenges. Because if you talk about problems are things, there are situations that are difficult to, to solve, that are difficult to understand. But if you say they are challenges, challenges are just difficult times. They're difficult times that can be changed with time. Difficult times that when result comes, it becomes better. A lot of people, Africans, have gone so deep into religion to a point that they forgot that Africans have been living. Africans have forgotten that they have been really living without this perceived or per se Western religion. Now, I am not against the religion. I'm not against the religious belief. But how comes the religion you adopted from somebody, the people you adopted this religion for, they don't even practice it the way you practice it? They don't engage into unnecessary arguments the way you do. They don't go bloody about religion activities and religion beliefs the way you do. Now, you should also ask yourself, does it mean that Africans were not in connection with God before the introduction of this religion? The worst of it is that both the two major religions in Nigeria, they groom themselves, groom the younger ones into believing that they are superior to the other religion. To a point that they go dirty, defending a religion you don't really know its source. They're defending, trying to defend things that you're not too sure of. The worst part I was talking about is that they are so sentimental about their own religion. In the sense that one part of the religion don't want to listen to what the other religion is saying, don't want to read the books of other religions to understand what is really there. Whenever you hear that this is coming from this religion, turn it down. Why? Because you perceive it to be a no-go area. Why? Because that is how you've been taught. But what have you really gone into these books to read it yourself and see what actually the book is talking about? This is a challenge. It's a challenging situation. All this thing can take is to reset our mindset. We just have to neutralize our mind. Put our mind in such a way that you know that, okay, I don't know this thing. I am neutral to it. Let me see what this have to offer. Let me see what this have to offer. Read the two books. There is no harm in reading it. You are not going to be initiated into anything. Read to understand what these books are all about. Now, what strategy do they use? I am using there because the challenges Africans are facing today, those challenges are with Africans, and Africans are doing it to themselves. So it's a kind of, if at all, there is certain group that Africans are accusing of destabilizing Africa, then it will be that they just dropped a kind of a self-destructive bomb, or I don't know what to call it, that it is Africans that now use their hands to destroy themselves. They said people perish because of lack of knowledge. Now they brought in education. This education we are talking about, the religion side is having its own education system, then the political side is having its own education system. Now the religion side. In the religion side, different religious groups comes up with their different orientation. It comes up with their different beliefs. There is no one central system to say, okay, in Africa, this is our system of education. No. You go to one part of Africa, the education system is different. You go to another part of Africa, their education system is different. Diversity. That is because the unity of Africa is going to be a threat to a certain group of people. Now they bring in the religious beliefs, different doctrines. All these things did not originate from Africa. The political view did not originate from Africa. And all these things, Africans always accuse the West. The West you are accusing on the religious side of it. Do the West practice this religion the way you practice it? Do the West fight and kill each other the way we fight and kill ourselves in Africa? Those laws of the religion books that we follow as a guide to how we are supposed to live and exist in this world, do they follow those laws? So who are we blaming? Why are we blaming the West? Then the political side of it. An average politician in Africa, they don't accuse the West when they are in power. Why? Because they are enjoying the corrupt system of governance placed on Africa. This is a system that encourages some kind of selfish acquaintance of wealth. So when they are in power, they don't see anything wrong with it. But when they are no longer in power, their stolen wealth begin to diminish, then they begin to grumble. That is for those who were not opportune or who didn't steal enough. They began to panic, they began to grumble. So these are self-destructive mechanisms that have been put in place and fully enforced by Africans. Nigeria is the heart of Africa. Once Nigeria can stand on its feet and balance, that is the strength of Africa. Nigeria is destabilized today? Yes. Nigeria is in a mess today? Yes. But once we can identify that this is actually our problems, this is actually our challenges, then we will be able to find a solution to it. There are lots of forces that will want Nigeria to stand, but it is in the hands of Nigerians to see that Nigeria stands, and it is not as difficult as believed. It is not as difficult as perceived. What do? Change your mindset. You must start from yourself. Once that is done, you begin to preach it. You have friends who are loyal to you. You have families who are loyal to you. And once you put in a practice and positive results are coming up, you don't need to beg anybody before the person will emulate you. Africans that were once loved. Africans were loved. Very warm, they received everybody warmly, very hospitable, peaceful coexistence. Now Africa is turning into a battlefield. Why? Education. We're accepting things without thinking about it, without thinking the negative impact on us. We're emulating things without really practicing those things we emulate the same way the people we're emulating them from practice it. We just need to change. And we need to learn to start loving one another. Africa does not love the way they used to love. Africans were not as heartless as they are today. Africa is becoming heartless because they are facing hard times. Because Africa is going hungry. A hungry man is an angry man. When the world must come together as one. We need to start to love ourselves. What is love all about?